Oh my Metal Familia, you know you are watching Rob's MetalWorks, and yes, we are here early on a Saturday morning to bring you the metal. And yes, we're going way west this week as we deliver a band from Del Rio, Texas. The band is called Semper Acerbus, and I know all the diehards out there have heard about this band. They're making waves right now across the Texas metal scene, and it brings me great pleasure to welcome their lead vocalist, Nelson, and their guitarist, Miguel, to the show. Gentlemen, thank you for being here so early.
Oh, thank you for having us, man. It's a pleasure to meet you and being here this beautiful morning.
Thanks, man. As we were talking off camera, it's just so wonderful how things work out, so it was fate. It was fate. I've been wanting to talk to you guys for a while, and Nelson, I remember when you first reached out to me, I was still had heard about Semper Acerbus a little bit, but really had not gotten acclimated to the band. And I know a lot of people out there today who are watching our program all over the country and the world also are going to learn more about you. So let's kind of start off there. Tell us a little bit about where Semper's from and kind of how the band got together.
Yeah, Semper started December 2016. We were all members from another band before, and I had the image of Semper already as a side project. I wanted to do something different than what we were playing at the time.
And was this in the Del Rio metal scene?
Yes, in the Rio metal scene.
Nice.
And so I asked the guys, hey, I'm gonna do a side project. Do you guys want to join me? It's gonna be a different thing,
Yeah.
But then suddenly things didn't work out with the other band, and it's like now Semper is gonna start for real. Are you guys in? And everybody's like, yep. So since 2016, we're being Semper.
Nice. And, I was about to say, I didn't want to interrupt you, but your other bandmates would kind of, it's kind of like a no-brainer for them to kind of be in your corner, man. I really love, honestly, how enthusiastic you are about what you're doing. Like I said, you were communicating with me, sending me stuff, sending me information, sending me music. And really, that's kind of the drive and the mentality that you need to kind of make headways in the scene. And I love when I work with musicians who get that, dude, and you obviously get it.
Thank you.
So that's why you're here on the show.
We made it.
You made it. What is Semper Acerbus? What does that mean?
It's in Latin. So first off, I want us to have a unique name. Nothing that is out there or something like, Semper's used a lot, like Marines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, in metal, we don't have anything like that, of my understanding. So I get Semper Acerbus, which means like always rough or always in darkness, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we stuck to that.
I think band names are really important. And I remember when I saw your band name, you remember when you first messaged me, I was like, Semper Acerbus. Wow, that's cool. And then when you sent me the artwork for your brand new record, I didn't know there was some kind of relation there, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Well, that's cool, man. Obviously, I think what you guys are doing now, because I've been privy to hear your new record, Ouroborus, which we're going to talk about. You guys are really kind of on the cusp of something really cool and big, and a lot of people out there are going to come on to that later this year. Miguel, tell me if you had to, if someone came up to you and said, "What are you guys doing musically?" What do you say?
Well, we're doing something pretty amazing, I would say. Like compared to our last album, our first album that we had, it's different. And
how do you feel you've kind of grown since then?
Yeah, I think we've grown a lot from our first album. Our first album was good, but we weren't, I guess, we progressed.
Just got better as players.
We got better as players. Yeah, and music wise too. We grew out of our shell. We started doing some other different type of riffs, different type of melodies and stuff like that. So
you were telling me off camera, like you like kind of, and I do too, like some of that older kind of metalcore stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge Trivium fan. I see you wearing a Trivium shirt.
Yeah.
I love Matt Heafy. Azalea Dying, stuff like that. So, and then when I hear some of your new stuff, it's kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of speedy. There's a lot of riffs in it, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's where we get our inspiration from. We like me and Nelson. We have a lot of more metalcore inspirations.
Yeah.
And then we got our other guitar player Jerry, which he likes more like Architects and like more progressive metal. So he'll put in the.
How did I know? Because Jerry has that weird mustache. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, Jerry.
Well, Guns N' Roses have / we have Stash.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's so funny. He's definitely someone you kind of recognize it real quick. Cause I'm like, man, that's a real fucking mustache.
I know, man.
Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I really like it, and the tracks that I've heard sound really good. So you guys kind of, when you formed in 2016, how long was it that after you released the debut record? Was it pretty quickly, or?
I think so. I think it was like 4 months, 5 months down the road.
Oh, wow.
Because in Del Rio, nobody pretty much knew nothing about me, especially because I'm brand new in Del Rio. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to make a statement, if you want to say it like that. It's like, hey, let's throw out there an EP so people got something to, who's this guy's art? Okay, here it is, So we put that album, like EP out, 5 songs, I'm sorry, and like in 5 months.
Wow. Yeah, I think I saw an old video of you guys, and I don't know if you guys were playing like under an overpass or something. Right?
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that song, and I was like, man, these guys have really grown a lot. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah,
I think even performance-wise, too.
Performance-wise, writing, in this new album, we incorporated more clean vocals, too, something I haven't done. Like, I've done it live, but not on recording.
Yeah.
So we did it in this album. We did it. So it sounds fresh. It has a lot of influences, like you said, and but it's our style,
Yeah. I quickly, before we move forward, want to ask you... we're talking about Del Rio, and I was telling you earlier, like, I can't recall the last time I was in Del Rio. I'm sure I've been there, and I think every once in a while I hear something out of Del Rio. I think there's another band, I might be wrong, called Bloodborne out of Del Rio. And,
yes.
And they communicate with me, but I haven't had them on the show. So I know that metal things are happening in Del Rio. Mm-hmm. And I remember when you first told me that most of the band was from Del Rio, I was like, man, that's really cool and interesting because Del Rio's small compared to something like, San Antonio and Dallas and Houston. So if you can, share a little bit about what you kind of feel is happening in the Del Rio metal scene. Obviously, bands from there have to venture out. You have to venture out. But still... there seems to be some, small foundation, so share a little bit about, the musicians, the fans, and maybe even some of the clubs that are there in Del Rio.
Okay, starting with Bloodborne, actually the rhythm guitar player, Rick Arneson from Bloodborne, is the father of my drummer.
Oh, really?
So, the metal baton is being passed down.
Nice. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool that. And there's a lot of bands in metal in Del Rio right now that are coming up. Like they are recording and they're doing a really good stuff out there. The thing is, like you said, Del Rio being so small and we gotta venture out. It's kind of hard. Sometimes I told the guys like we should do like an album with one song from each metal band.
Yeah, like a compilation.
Yeah, a compilation and put it out there. And I'm really down for that,
Yeah.
And the venues, they're not really that supportive, unfortunately. Like every time, like we...
Well, not for metal.
No, for metal.
Yeah, not for metal, right?
Yeah, so every time we got to do a show, I got to rent the Paul Pack Theater, which those guys are great, man. It's like... It's a theater, and then let us play metal.
How many bands would you say, like, totally, just ballpark, like, how many metal bands in Del Rio do you think there are?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not that many.
Oh, wow. I was gonna tell you, I would go to Del Rio. Thomas and I would go to Del Rio, and maybe we should do like an event out there.
Let's do it.
And I'll
I'm
interview
down.
all the Del Rio metal bands.
That sounds great.
Just get me a hotel room.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Yep, I got it.
Let's talk about it, man. I would be willing to do that. I've done stuff like that in really, particular metal scenes. I've done that in El Paso and obviously in the past here in San Antonio. But you know, it intrigues me. It intrigues me, and I've done it in the Valley too, where I feel things are kind of you know barely coming to fruition for them. So interesting, man. Interesting. You know, I think all parts of Texas are important. Especially, I think those towns like Del Rio, right by the border, are kind of something cool and unique. And you know, I've been all over Texas, so I know that there's different Mexicanos and there's different metal scenes and all kinds of stuff. So that's cool, man. Okay, let's talk about what we're really here to talk about. You guys are gonna have a brand new record dropping later this year, called Ouroborus, right?
Yes,
is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Got it.
It took me a while, but I finally fucking got it. And that's a cool name, too, because you look at the name, I'm like, how the fuck do you say that? Ouroborus, Nelson corrected me today. Very cool, man. And Nelson, I've been privy to hear some of the tracks. We're going to talk about your first single, but also I've heard the title track, and then I heard Eyes of V. Mm-hmm. I love Eyes of V. I think that should be like the third single. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that's a very cool song. I was surprised to hear when you told me, Rob, this is going to be a full-length record.
Yep.
10 songs.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about why you guys want to go in that direction.
It's still a full album, but we're gonna release it little by little just to stay relevant, you know, because of COVID-19, you know.
And stretch it out, you know, stretch it up, keep the name out there.
Yeah, and but the thing is, I didn't want to release another EP. I didn't want to release another single, you know. I said, like, let's go full out, man. Like, and we divided like that. We have records for the whole year to be spreading it around. Yeah. And
that way you don't have to be going back in and out of the studio and shit like that, right?
And I feel like on that side of, I'm like old school, you know. I like full-length albums, you know. I like Metallica, Iron Maiden, you know, they brought up all the tracks. Here you are, you know, indulge, you know. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, great, man. And again, like, and I'll let you kind of comment this time, Nelson. How do you kind of feel as a singer and the front man that kind of compared to like the debut, people who heard the debut, and now we're going to be listening to Ouroborus, which is, to me, it sounds very professional and tight and heavy and brutal. What do you kind of feel is kind of helped the band? Because really, I mean, when you think about it, it's been like, you know, 4 years maybe now since the EP. So it doesn't seem like that long of a period of time, but yet so much progression has kind of taken place.
Yeah, I think people that follow us they're gonna be delighted and they're gonna be surprised at the same time. Yeah, because like you said, this record has everything, in my opinion, especially on the production side. It just like hits heavy. It brings that metalcore sound like to life, you know. We still have heavy riffs, but with melodic. We're gonna incorporate my growls with melodic vocals. So I think they're gonna be really surprised and really they're gonna like it. I believe so.
Was it just like what was happening in the scene that kind of had influenced you guys to kind of go in that direction, or do you just kind of feel it was like a natural development and, like I told Miguel, just getting better at what you do?
Well, it was actually more of incorporating more writing from everybody else.
There you go.
You know, the first album, like 90% I wrote it myself, you know. And like it's not like a bad thing, but I just like, hey guys, give me your best 2 songs of each one of you that you have in your pocket,
right?
And then like let's make it work,
right?
And you'll see how everything is really different. It's like this song definitely doesn't sound like this one at all, you know. So that variety, I think, is gonna just gives that push, you know.
And I think that's a really good strategy, Nelson, because it also helps everybody in their mind to kind of feel more vested in the band, more vested in this record, because my shit's in the record, my riffs, my licks.
I wrote that song, that kind of deal. Yeah,
I'm a real part of this band. So that's great, man. That's great. Yeah, you mentioned the recording and how big of a part that is. And, you know, we're fortunate here in San Antonio to have a bunch of great guys who record bands. And one of them, of course, is my old friend, Chris Mora. You guys are working with Chris Mora. What kind of experience has kind of that been like? Well, first of all, how did you get connected with Chris Mora?
I got connected with Chris talking to Marcos Leal.
Oh,
He
yep.
said, hey, man,
Yep.
if you guys want to record, try to check this guy out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I sent him our previous recording. And this is what we do. Can we give it a shot recording with you? And he loved it. He said, man, yeah, you guys have the potential. You know, and to me it was a big eye-opener. Like, I was so nervous because, you know, Chris, he's been recording and mixing for big names, you know? So, and he's super humble. And he gives me all the confidence in the world. But to me, he's like, it was the first time like I'm dealing with somebody like him, you know?
Right.
Like this guy really record real singers, some stuff like that, you know?
Right.
And I'm just here walking in and like, but he was happy with us. Like we were ready, we were prepared. And he noted all that down. Said, man, you guys came out kicking ass. He's like, some people show up, nothing written. Oh, let's just wing it. He said like, which is fine, I'll help. But you guys just came really prepared.
Yeah. The great thing about Chris too is like, he's just not an engineer, but he's also a musician.
Yeah, really good musician.
Yeah, he's a great guitar player. I remember when he first came out many years ago. I remember when he first came out with Darkness Divided. I would always tell him, "You're the next greatest guitar player from San Antonio." I was in love with his playing.
Yeah.
For a long, long time. But that's great, man. So, how long did it kind of take to kind of get everything done with him? Are the 10 songs already done?
Yeah, all the 10 songs are already done. We did 9 with them, and the 10th song is just a re-release of our old single that we had. So it took us a long time because of COVID, you know. Like, when it started, COVID took a big spike, so we didn't record like for 3 months, you know, until everything started coming down again. Of course, he has family, we have family, so we gotta be taking that and you know.
So you guys would like come down for a day or a weekend?
Yeah, we came down for like 1 day every weekend, and we hit it for 8-10 hours straight. Yeah, either guitars or bass, drums, whatever, we fucking hit it. Boom,
so
boom,
just
boom.
the guys who are recording would come?
Yeah, normally I showed up.
Yeah.
Because I'm the kind of director,
Sure,
and
sure.
I gotta. There's some things I want it certain ways. It sounds like that dictatorship, but you know.
He's like, Miguel, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, take that out. Pretty much. So, but then at the end, I just let them do their thing, you know. And then they had any doubts. Hey, Nelson, do you like this? They send it to me. I heard it. Yeah, that works. Boom. Let's go.
Great. I can't wait for all these people to hear this record. It sounds amazing. Let's talk about the title, Ouroborus. What is that?
Ouroborus means the serpent that eats itself.
Yes, and some of you guys, we are talking about the band's upcoming full-length record. Go ahead and take a look at the cover. Here you go, Semper Acerbus. The record is called Ouroborus. Will be out later this year. Recorded by Chris Mora. 10 full tracks. Be sure to look for it and follow Rob's, because you know that I will let you guys know once it hits the streets. And as you see from the artwork, that there is that snake kind of consuming itself. What does that kind of mean?
It means like rebirth or eternal life. You know,
Okay.
I was watching a Vikings episode, and I saw it, and then I got captivated. And then the thing is, not only in Vikings mythology, but you can find it in Egyptian and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just kept reading about it, and I got inspired by that.
Yeah. I remember when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of the first Conan movie. Remember in the first Conan movie, the I don't know, the Vikings or whatever, those Nordic guys had a snake symbol, and one of their symbols was the Ouroborus. So yeah, it kind of reminded me of that, kind of like that Celtic type of vibe to it. Very cool, very cool. So do the songs kind of relate a little bit lyrically to that title?
Actually, Ouroborus, we have a theme song, and it is related. It is related to
The title track.
Yeah, the title track.
Yeah.
The lyrics are related to that.
Nice, nice. And what about some of the other songs? What do they kind of touch upon lyrically?
We talk about our life experiences, especially all the social injustice that's going on around and stuff like that. So we touch a little bit on that, not on the political side, it's just like on the human side, you know, like everybody's different, and we got to learn to accept each other, you know? Yeah,
that's a great way to say it. And obviously that's become such a big part of our culture now, to make sure that, a lot of these things in the past that, I guess we just kind of tolerated or ignored or coming to the surface. And I guess people who have been at the short end of the stick in that situation are really kind of just finding some gratification in that. I think us, because we live in South Texas and we're Mexicanos, we don't really feel the impact of that because we're surrounded by Mexicanos. Everywhere we go, there's Mexicanos.
Yeah, everybody likes tacos.
Yeah, but like if we were in North Carolina or in Virginia, then
it's different.
It's very, very different. Yeah, and I experienced a lot of that many years ago. But interesting, man, and that's good. Now you guys released the first single off the record, Resilience. Yep. I saw the video too, so all you people look for the video. I love that track, and I loved it even before Marcus shows up. I know Marcus Leal from El Nino and Shattered Sun did some guest vocals on that record. Talk a little bit about how you kind of got Marcus involved in that.
Okay, me and Marcos, we became Facebook friends, networking and stuff like that. I follow him through Shattered Sun before, and then suddenly he joins El Niños, which is I think was really cool and great for him and the band. He sounds really good.
Yeah.
But so I reached out to him, say, hey, bro, I got this new album coming out. This is the track. Let me know if you want to be part of it, and we'll go from there. And he replied real quick, he's like, bro, this is fucking fire. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And you see the product, and I think we killed it.
Totally killed it. I like how he kind of comes in near the end of the track and he just kind of gives it that last oomph.
Yeah.
That fucking like, wow, this is cool.
And he comes with a lot of energy. Boom,
Where did y'all shoot the video?
We shot the video in Sabinal, Texas, in a bar called
in Sabinal?
Yeah, Ironwood. It's like a 150-year-old bar. Like
that place is fucking smaller than Del Rio.
Yeah, but they have a badass bar to shoot videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How the hell did you find out about that bar?
Me and Ruben, we posted, hey, give us a place to shoot the video, because Ruben from Upon a Burning Body was the producer of the video.
Yeah.
So we made a Facebook post, and this friend of ours, Ryan McNeil, he said, hey, bro, this is what I have, and he gave me a video of the venue.
He owns the bar.
He owns the bar.
Oh, wow.
And I sent it to Ruben. He's like, yep.
Wow. And so I'm sure he was pretty reasonable too, as far as the cost or anything.
No, it was totally free.
Wow.
And he said, like, anybody that he lives for the scene, and he wants to do shows there. He wants to do videos. So whoever wants to use his place, hit him up. Ironwood in Sabinal, Texas, and he's ready to
How
help.
far is Sabinal from here?
Like an hour.
An hour, yeah. I used to work many years ago. I used to work in Uvalde, and I used to drive through there.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I would drive. It would take me like 2 seconds to drive through there. It was like really small.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the bar. I could tell you guys are in some type of bar, throwing down and stuff. And I like how it was an opportunity also to kind of showcase, kind of the new level that you guys are performing at too.
Yeah.
As a band, I'd really lots of energy, lots of angst, lots of force in that video that I felt. I've watched it several times.
Good, thank you, thank you.
I love that video. Very cool. So, Resilience. When did y'all drop Resilience? When was that?
A month ago.
Yeah. Okay. Not too long.
No, not too long ago.
I remember when it came out. A couple of people sent it to me, and I was like, "Yeah, man, this is cool." And they were like, "Rob, you should check out this band." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." I said, I know about them already, but I hadn't seen the video. So very cool. When do you anticipate that the second single will drop? And do you know what you were telling me that the second single is going to be the title track?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. When is that going to come out?
Probably like within the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully make it available for everybody else out there.
The last version that you sent me a couple of days ago, is that going to be the final?
That's the final
That's
version.
the final version.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I get, these different mixes, and I'm like, Chinga, I don't remember which one's the
yeah, no, but that's the last one.
That's the final one. Okay. I love the other mix that you sent me too. It sounded just as good.
Yeah, and those are rough mixes. That's how good Chris is, man.
Yeah. I don't even know the fucking difference. But I'm just rocking. And Nelson's like, I don't like that little fucking guitar tone.
Yeah,
change it. Yeah, so I get it, man. I know how musicians are and how meticulous they can be about their music and the recording and stuff. And people like Chris, they're perfectionists,
Yes.
So that's great, man. You have someone good in your corner, and I'm sure it's going to be heavy and tight once those people drop it. So Ouroborus will be coming out. Ouroborus single will be coming out soon. And I've also noticed as I kind of got prepared for today that, you know, as you were saying, Rob, I'm always networking. I'm always staying busy on the back end. You guys have been getting a lot of press already for Ouroborus.
Yes.
Right?
Thankfully, we have.
Yeah, I saw that. Weren't you on like Jesse Leach's podcast? Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage?
I was, yes.
Yeah, how did that go? How's that go?
That was so real for me, man. Like, if you don't know, that's my musical hero. You know?
Oh, really?
That's the guy that
really
make me become a vocalist.
Nice.
So I've been getting in touch with Jesse for like past 2 years now. You know,
where does he live?
he lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
So everything networking, I send him a song. I wanted him to give us a shout out and stuff like that. And it was surprising because, yeah, he did give us the shout out. But then at the end, he contacted me through my Instagram.
Yeah.
And he sent me a video. I was like, man, I got to be honest. I was like, oh, another band that wants a shout out. But then it was like, I love the riffs. I love the vocals. I was like, holy cow, you know?
Yeah.
So he really digs the sound. And then we kept in touch like that. And when he got his podcast / radio show,
yeah,
I just wanted him to play the single. That's it, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, can you play Resilience? This is oh, bro, I'm gonna give you a spot. You're gonna come live. Blah blah blah. And, yeah, and he had us on a metalcore show. So he was playing Semper with SLA Dying, Shadows Fall, Kids to Engage, and everybody that was on the radio show went crazy. They added us on Facebook, follow us.
Nice.
So I mean, I was really emotional afterwards. You know, it was really something I would cherish for my rest of my life.
Yeah, man, that's great. You know, and that's what I tell everybody. You know, all the musicians I work with, I said it all starts with the music. You know, and you know, focus on that shit, and then all the other good things will happen for you if you got good solid tunes and a good solid recording. Yeah, and that's really the goal. I mean, that's the purpose, to kind of get you guys further out there into the market, you know.
And it was surprising because he even talks in the show like the first time I reached out, you know, when he listened to the music, it's like these guys, and he said you can tell the influence that we have in them, but they're doing metalcore, their own style. They're a quality band. He gave us so much props, man. It was like really, really good.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, and that's, you know, I'm sure at this point in his career, he kind of knows that, you know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about, you know, if you really are an ambassador for the metal scene, then, you know, you really just want to talk positively and help promote bands that are up and coming. But, you know, someone like him who's on the East Coast, and I'm sure he gets inundated with shit.
That's what he said. Like, it's like because of who I am and the position I am, I listen to tons of bands. And Semper, I really dig their sound. And I was like, oh my God, I was like a little girl at the house, you know?
Nice. So cool. You guys are here in San Antonio.
Yep.
Did a show last night.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel, what was the show like last night at Bonds 007? What was it like?
The show was pretty good. The crowd, the energy, everything about the show, it was awesome.
You guys have kind of made San Antonio like a staple of your kind of repertoire, right? Y'all kind of come here quite often.
Yeah, anytime they have festival shows here, we're like we're always the first ones to be like, hey, can we play this festival? Can we play this show? And
yeah. You guys were pointing out earlier that you were part of the Memorial Day Metal Fest. What was that? 2016?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
No,
17.
17.
Still, so many years now that you guys have been coming to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much locals here now.
People might believe that. There have been bands in the past from outside of San Antonio who people thought were from San Antonio because their following grew so much here in this town. Yeah. So that's great. And do you guys have any other shows coming up?
Believe.
We got April 3rd and Come and Take It Live in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the works. They just hit us up like 2 days ago, so we don't have details. But April 3rd, Austin, we'll be there.
And is that kind of the plan? Do you guys want to do more shows?
Yeah. We missed playing shows, and I mean it felt good to get out there and be on stage and play in front of a crowd, and we missed it. Are
you guys playing songs from the new record?
We played two.
Which ones?
Ouroborus and Resilience. Those are the two we played. And I mean, hopefully later on when we start playing more shows later in time, we'll add more new music to the set list. So.
And the other songs you're playing are from the debut?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Have y'all modified those songs at all, or changed them, changed tuning on them, anything like that?
Tuning.
Just tuning?
Yeah, tuning, yeah. It was,
tuning a little lower just to make them heavier? Yeah. Cool, man. That's great. We were talking, and, it's still kind of, I think, a little premature to say things are normal again. We know they're kind of not. And even though, they've lifted the ban and the capacity. Were they limiting the capacity last night?
Yes, they were limiting the capacity.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they were?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the ban is lifted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of ironic, I don't know, man. I try to stay out of the politics of it, but, you hear all these bars and venues complaining about the capacity, and then they lift the capacity, then they're still staying at capacity. Yeah. And, if I was a bar owner, I would kind of be caught in between a rock and a hard a decision, because it's like I want my people to be safe, but still I want to make money, and sell beer and shit like that. So, yeah, I think it's a little hard. And I think still, like, diehards like me, like, I'm not fully 100% committed to being out there. Not just yet. And, I love supporting heavy music. I want to see bands. I would have loved to gone and see you guys last night. But I think to myself, man, Bonds is like such a small place. Yeah. And there's no windows in there, chingao. And, who knows who the fuck's in there with anything. So, and at my age, I got to be careful. So, I'll wait, but, I'm doing what I can on the back end to help bands. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad that you guys are going to continue to work this year. I'm glad that you guys have a great record in your lap. I think you have something to be very proud of. How long, Nelson, do you want to support this record for once it's finally out?
We're going to push this record as far as we can and as much as we can, Mm-hmm. Like this is going to be our bread and butter for at least, I don't know, the next 8-10 months.
Sure.
We already started writing already.
Yeah.
So, because I don't want to get caught with my pants down. So
sure.
We're going to have some songs the back burner. We're going to pre-production at my house, especially me and him. And but we're going to push this record really hard. We have some big festivals this year if nothing changes. And so that's going to be a lot of more exposure, like to name one, we've been on the Blue Ridge Rock Festival since last year, but they canceled it, but we rolled in.
Where was that at?
It's Virginia.
Wow.
And that's it's a three-day festival, and with the biggest names out there, like we're gonna play and share stage with some of our heroes, including Killswitch Engage.
Wow.
So that's something that we're looking forward to,
Driving all the way to Virginia.
Yeah, but we're gonna do like a little tour, a leg tour.
Yeah, sure.
Going out there,
Sure.
So it should be fun. It should be good. And playing on different places, that's what I thrive the most. I love playing San Antonio because it's like our hometown now. But
sure.
But seeing different people, it's that first impression. Like, oh my God, I didn't know you guys sounded like that. Especially like we don't really dress like metalheads per se. And they like when we get on stage and boom, and they were like, oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It's you got to sacrifice and do all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like Virginia is like a world away, driving all the way up.
Oh
there. Yeah, I remember I used to drive to El Paso, and I would be dying, dude, an 8-hour drive. I can't imagine driving all the way over there. But that's what it takes, man, to be successful. So now that you're gonna have this great product in your hand, which will be timeless, is kind of sending the record out to labels or anything, kind of something that you're interested in?
Yes, sir. I've been sending out EPKs and stuff like that. Trying to reach out to different record labels. We got some responses back, but the offers are not really good.
Sure.
So I'm looking for the best interest of my band, my music, and my guys.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot that you can do yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, unless they're really can really help on the distribution and the publicity side, that's really where it's going to come across.
Exactly.
Did you guys send it to Seek and Strike?
No.
You know about Seek and Strike?
No.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah, so many good labels out there that are looking for good bands out there who are willing kind of to do what it takes. I mean, I think I've been doing this for so long. Back in the day, the label would do everything for the band, and now, just because of limited resources and the market that we all function in, it really takes both a band and a label effort at our level to kind of make things worthwhile. So lots of good opportunities out there, and I think with something like Ouroborus that something could come to fruition.
Thank you.
I really believe that, man. I'm not just saying that. Awesome, guys. So, do you want to do a video for Ouroborus?
Yeah, it's in the works.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're talking.
We talked about Ruben Alvarez, right?
Yeah. I talked to him on a few days back. We should do like a little Skype Zoom session. To establish the ideas, because on this Resilience was more like a performance video.
Sure. And I like that. I like the performance.
But Ouroborus is gonna have that history, like a storyline and some acting. So it's gonna be fun.
Did you see the video that he did for Cerebral Desecration?
Yes.
That had really, a lot of acting in it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was really cool, and I'd seen Ruben do. And I know his costs fluctuate depending on how many locations
and days and
stuff like that. Yeah, the guys from Cerebral really went out, and there was many different locations and a lot of acting in it. And I've seen his other videos where maybe because of the budgets they didn't do that, or it was just a performance. But he's capable, very capable of doing that.
Yeah, I guess his ideas. I'm not that type of visual guy. Like, I'm gonna do a storyline. I'm put me in the music. So I just push him some ideas, and he just puts it on paper.
Are you gonna wear like a Celtic fucking outfit with a sword?
You know it. As I'm growing my beard, the Puerto Rican Viking.
Puerto Rican Viking. All right. Yeah, that's great. So when do you want that out? When will that be out?
We're gonna start shooting this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Quickly, huh?
Yeah.
So the whole band will come down to San Antonio?
No, I think he's gonna drive to the
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm chingam easier, more efficient.
And not only that, it's just the terrain, the idea that we're gonna incorporate is out there.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
How long is it gonna take, you think, to shoot?
I would like to divide it in 2 days because of the ideas. Depends on him, Or sometimes like the Resilience, we shot it like in 10 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, Ruben's great. He's a hardworking guy, great energy.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that, San Antonio has been able to give you all the tools that you need to really take the band to a new level. Mm-hmm. And it really seems like you guys are at that new level. And I love to see that, having seen where you guys have come from, and not only musically, but, the town and everything, it's great to see. And I don't think there's any looking back now.
No, never.
It's only bigger and better from here on out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Miguel. Any last words, Nelson? Anything that you or Miguel want to share? Anything I missed? Anything that's important?
Just like anybody that doesn't listen to anything on Semper Acerbus, give us a chance. Play some of our tracks, jam it, work out. It's really good workout music.
Yeah.
And see what you think.
Yeah. That's awesome, guys. I wish you the best this year. Whenever you're in San Antonio, you have my number. You can always contact me.
Thank you.
Come hang out with me. We can jam metal in here. Just hang out and talk music. I love hanging out with people who really have a true passion for metal music, and I really love your band. So that's why you're here today.
Thank you.
Remember, everyone out there, the brand new record from Semper Acerbus is coming out later this year. It will be called Ouroborus. Go look for their music and their videos right after you finish watching this interview. You saw the band only right here on Rob's